Welcome back. You're watching SA Today with me, Unati Bagyashe. Let's continue here now. 30-year-old Zipho Makwabe, a dairy enthusiast and agricultural economist at Amadlelo Agri, who is breaking new ground, shattering stereotypes and garnering much-deserved respect in the male-dominated agricultural sector. Zipho Makwabe joins us via Zoom now. Zipho, a very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for joining us here on SA Today. Now, talk to us what attracted you to farming first and foremost, and also what made you stay?
Thanks, Unati, for having me on the show. What excited me to join, actually, I was not even passionate about agriculture. I never did any agricultural courses back in my high school years. But then my friends actually were the ones who forced me to take an agricultural course. And then I fell in love with it from then on because of the challenges that they had. So I decided, you know what, I'm up for any challenge. Let me just give it a try. And then I just fell in love with it.
What parts of it make you, want to stay? Because, I mean, it is a tough industry. Some people say it looks glamorous, especially when you start to reap those rewards. But we know, as I said in my intro, it is a male-dominated industry. There are some serious challenges, So what are some of those challenges? And how are you coping?
Okay, what normally farmers face, especially black farmers, is source of funding, the land availability and inputs and all those things. So the reason why I even entered in this, I wanted to make a change to this, because you might find most farmers are older people who just take whatever is given to them. They don't even challenge whatever is given to them. So I felt that there's a need for that voice, for me to make that change for these farmers. With all the challenges that we have, I mean, with one voice can actually change what the perspective of everything that is there on farming.
But you also
so that is what actually drove this this excitement for me to join this the farming industry.
You're also an economist, in the sector. Talk to us about that particular role and how that came about. How are you then assisting your organization?
Okay, at Amadlelo, I assist the company's leadership with reviewing and assessing potential new projects. And then we check the viability of these projects, and then we implement them. Amadlelo works with communities, especially black communities. So we try and bring those opportunities to those farmers, and then we source funding for them. We facilitate the funding for them, assisting them as well to make their businesses successful. So that's what we do. That's what I actually do in the business as an economist.
And so talk to us about just some of those skills that you then needed to acquire before you joined this sector, from your university days and some of those crucial, skills that one would have to, of course, attain before they can even venture into the sector.
Okay, you don't necessarily have to have your agricultural subjects from high school. But then I did maths, I did physics, and then in university, I did chemistry, I did economics, I did management, as well as marketing. So you have to know everything, because when you are an economist, you have to look for markets, you have to know your business from inside and outside. So you need to know what is going on there, what the market requires and all those things. So you need to be up to speed with what's going on with the world and what's going on with the world, what's in demand, what's not in demand, and things like that. So you need to have those things, and those things are very crucial in this sector.
And one of the things that we saw that's also very crucial, just after COVID-19 and, of course, lockdown, a lot of people were forced to then take up what we call side hustles. I believe that you also have a number of side hustles. Talk to us about some of those, especially in the sector.
Okay. One of my side hustles is actually consulting. I do a lot of consulting. As I mentioned that we operate in rural communities. You might find some farmers who have no knowledge of what's going on. Like information is not brought to them. So what happens is that I link them to government officials. I link them to funders and things like that. So on the other hand, since I work for a lot of farmers, I meet a lot of farmers around where I work. So I manage to link other farmers to one farmer to another farmer, so that they can exchange livestock or maybe sell livestock to one another. So that's what I've been doing, and also I've been selling milk, raw milk, to the local communities here, supplying hospitals, supplying schools, and supplying local SMMEs around. So that's what I've been doing.
And of course, I can't leave this conversation without asking how, the load shedding has been affecting, some of the businesses around you that you see. How impactful has that been?
It has really affected us because we rely highly on electricity. The pivots that we use to water the pastures, we rely on electricity. Even on milking, we rely on electricity. So it really hits us, because if you don't milk on time and if you don't irrigate on time, then it's entirely a waste of time and money from our side. So load shedding has really been a burden to everyone and to the farmers at large.
Okay, one last question as we wrap up our interview. Of course, we've just celebrated Youth Month. Somebody watching you today wants to get into the sector. What are one or two things that you would like to, tell them about the sector and how they would actually start?
I actually love this question. I'm often asked about it a lot. I would actually advise the youth that to always look at everything that's around them that they can make useful when it comes to agriculture, because you might be sitting at home with the garden. You can turn that around and start planting spinach, and actually you see what your market is requiring, that is surrounding you first, and then you start planting your spinach or cabbages, any other crops, or you can even have your small stock or your livestock, and then you start selling. I mean, you don't have to have a farm to be a farmer. You can start by growing something small from your home garden, and then you can start a business with it.
Zipho Makwabe, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Really a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you, Susumati. Thank you.
Of course, that was a young farmer, Zipho Makwabe, a dairy enthusiast, as well as an agricultural economist at Amadlelo Agri. All right, let's take you here now.